What's good YouTube, Benny here, and today we're going to be showing you my custom tactics. Unfortunately, it's not my top 100 custom tactics because we have absolutely bottled it. If you guys haven't seen the highlights, I would recommend going and watch the highlights. I talk about obviously the weekend itself and how it went in yesterday's video, but also you get to see the games I unfortunately lost. But I still thought it might be worth me showing you my custom tactics and my understanding of the game now, because I feel like I'm understanding the game a little bit more and how I want to play it, and you know what things work and what things don't. As you see, we're 151th at the moment, but this is the Monday of recording, so there's, as you see, 19 hours left, and we're easily going to probably fall out of that. If we won that at 27-1, we definitely would have made top 200. But I still have my Road to Glory to play. I think we're currently like 12-1 or 11-1 on Xbox. I think if we can get 28 on the Xbox, we could possibly get top 200. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe that completely changes this video in total. I might have to re-record it, but we'll see. Or I'll just title it top 100. You know what? If this is titled top 200 custom tactics, it's because I've hit it on Xbox. All right. But anyway, yeah. 1.3 million in the bank. This is the team, a very pay to win team. I am very aware that is the case, so just be wary when I show you these custom tactics. It might only be because of my team, but I am using the exact same custom tactics on my Road to Glory team, and of course the way my team plays is going to be completely different, but I still think the custom tactics are very good. Wow, it's all my game plans anyway. But yeah, Alisson in goal, Semedo right back, Van Dijk, Varane, Mendy left back, Blanc and Zidane in the middle. CR7 is the right mid guy who you can't see because my big face is in the way. Pele, Mbappe and Neymar is the starting team. And before we get into the custom tactics, if you are new around here, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell, leave a like. Leave in the comments what you guys finished in Weekend League. I'd be very interested to know how you guys get on, and actually maybe your favourite formation right now, because there's a lot of formations I want to talk about, because a lot of formations are really good this year. And so yeah, let's get on to the custom tactics, the main reason why you guys have clicked onto the video, and let's have a little look. So the balance, you know, that standard, like when you get into the thing, it's 5-5-5-5. Like, we don't do anything with that, it's just how the team sets up. As soon as we get into the game though, we go to defensive, and you guys are probably going to think, right, when you see my custom tactics, surely he's trolling, like as in, why is he just using everything very simple? And I think over previous years I might have complexed it way too much, constantly changing stuff, and with the width, the players and the bots in attack, and then in defense with the width and the depth and the defensive styles, the offensive styles, instructions and that. I thought this year, as you might have seen in my previous custom tactic video, was like I'm trying to keep it more simple, more basic, because it's easy to understand what's going wrong when everything's simple and then you can adjust, rather than trying to get something that sits perfect right now and then trying to adjust it as it goes on. I think it's better just to have everything standard and then work from there, and that's basically what we're doing, and these tactics worked really well for me. So yeah, as you see, 5-5-5-5, and I'll do give you some reasons. The reason behind it was obviously because I want to keep everything more simple, but also I just felt like it was just quite general and standard stuff really, because the depth was 5, so I was able to press. I thought my press game this week, even though pressing is really bad in this game without team press, was actually really good, and I was pretty happy with how I was playing on that sort of side. My concerns were when I was around my bots, maybe the composure defensively I need to improve on, but that's obviously going to come with time and get some game time in there. The offensive style was balanced. You know, usually I play balance or possession. I thought I'd go balance this year, because I actually, when I was reassessing my game from last year, I was noticing that I was sometimes maybe a bit too passive, and that might be because of the runs or possession. So I thought, let me go to balance this year and try and adapt and change my gameplay, so I'm a bit more attacking, a little bit more creative, and you know, asking the question rather than getting the question asked to me, if that makes sense. And the width is 5, the players in the box is 5, just keeping it simple. I know, like, basically most of the pros are probably using about 5 width. It's like 5, 4 or 6 I feel like is the common one, but for me I just keep it basic with the 5 and the 5 players in the box. As I always say, I try and mess around with this, but every year I've got no clue. It tells me on the screen who goes where, but it never looks like that. So take that as you want really. Let's get into the instructions. I'll start with the right back and left back. So stay back while attacking on the right back and left back, and that is mainly because we are very concerned about how easy it is to through ball on this game. So if we have balanced wing backs, we're going to get countered like crazy. You know, that space behind our wingers is going to be always open unless we pull over one of the centre backs. If we pull over a centre back, that means the gap where the centre back leaves is open. And a lot of people playing the 2-striker formation, and that can really be serious out basically if you do that. So, and that's actually the main reason I lost at 27-1 was because the guy was using 4-4-2, and I was being aggressive with Mendy, who was getting behind in that space. I would pull over, let's say Varane over, and that would leave a 3-on-2 situation on my Van Dijk and Semedo, because he had 2 strikers and a wing on the overlap, and he was always making chances because of that. So I needed to keep that in consideration maybe in the future. But yeah, stay back while attacking on the right back and left back, just to be a little bit more defensive and just make sure we're not conceding anything silly. The goalkeeper's balanced, if anyone's wondering. The CDMs are stay back, cover centre, and stay back, cover centre. I think last year I always had a balance on one of them, and that was because obviously I wanted them to help in the attack. I still want them to help in the attack, but I find this year it's so much easier to trigger the runs. It's a lot more responsive, so a lot of the times I actually don't need it on balance because it's going to naturally happen anyway. So I thought, let me just put stay back while attacking, make sure I'm defensively safe, and then if I can just trigger them if I need them to attack, and that's how it sort of panned out on the attack. Balance all over the front 4. I see a lot of people getting the box for crosses. Not a problem to use that. It's really up to preferences, but I found when I was using that, the positioning of my wingers was different when I was cutting back. So like, let's say if I was running down the wing with Pele and I want to come back into my right back, you know, like FIFA 20, you go from like your right wing into your CDM, into your cam, and then your lamb or your striker or something like that. I was noticing when I was getting the box on my wingers as such, their positioning was slightly off for how I wanted them to be. So I thought, let me just keep it on balance. They still do that back post run, and you can always trigger it this year to make them do it. So I thought, why not? And then onto the striker, Ronaldo. Just have him on balance, keep him basic, keep him simple. A lot of last year, my favourite thing was drift wide target man. I'm not really too keen on it this year. I need to experiment with it a bit more, but I'm not really too sure. I'm not sure about the positioning they actually have, because I find a lot of times he comes a lot deeper to collect the ball off my CDMs, and I don't want that. I still want him to be on that like one-on-one situation, what happened a lot last year. But this year he seems to be dropping a little bit more in. And like sort of like how Harry Kane's basically playing for Tottenham right now, that's sort of the case is basically happening. But that is my go-to tactic, right? This right here is what I will always go to into the game, no matter what, no matter who I'm playing or whatever. And then I do have exactly basically the same, everything 5-5-5-5, because I want to keep everything simple, everything basic, keep everything the same, even if I am changing a few instructions in game, just so I sort of not understand, but I know where the players are going to be, because everything's still the same basically, apart from a couple things with this one. So on the ultra defensive one, we still have stay back while attacking on the right back, left back, and on the CDMs, but now we've got come back on defense on all of my front 4, and this is because this is probably when I'm leading a couple goals up and I'm trying to not concede, or they're using overlapping wing backs and I need the extra help on the wing, so I want my Mbappe and Pele to come and give me an extra hand there. So I have come back on defense on all of them, so I have that support if need be. But it was very rare I was going to this, to be honest with you. I would just keep it as my default defensive tactic, because I just felt like it was the best for me. But this was like, if it's getting a bit squeaky bum time, you know what I'm saying? So I thought, you know what, let me have come back on defense and everyone, just in case. Of course, I do recommend maybe going like a lower depth, just so to make sure you're not like just so you're a little bit more defensive. But I didn't really feel like I needed that. As I said, I want to still be able to press, even if I am playing a more defensive sort of tactic. I still want to be able to press and not allow them to have the ball, because I find a lot of times if I allow them to have the ball, it's easier for them to score, you know, allowing them to run at me. I don't want that. I still want to be in their face as such. And then my plan B, obviously that was like, that ultra defensive one's like, if we need to hold the win, you know, that's simple. Plan B is the 4-4-2. We've got balance 5-5-5-5. Once again, when you need to knock down these corners, actually, but that just shows you how little I actually played with the 4-4-2. It was very rare. I played 4-4-2 if I was trying to do a comeback, if I was like 1 or 2 goals down and it just wasn't working at 4-2-3-1. But yeah, balance, 5-5-5-5. It's exactly the same reasons as previous with the 4-2-3-1, but now into the 4-4-2. The slight differences with 4-4-2 though, we've got stay back while attacking on the right back and left back, but we've got come back on defense on the wingers, centre mids and stay back cover centre, and come back on the other winger as well. The main reason of that is because I'm not a fan of how 4-4-2 sometimes goes defensively. With 4-2-3-1, personally I like it because I like to use my cam for the defensive sort of area, that space in between the striker and the CDMs. You know, when they're passing it in between their CDMs, I like to go on my cam and try and intercept the ball some sort of way, or try and use the cam and the CDMs to do like some sort of squeeze. And that's why I like the 4-2-3-1. That's probably the reasons, actually, my main formation. It's nothing to do with the attacking, it's more on the defensive side. But I thought I'd come back on defense on the wingers just to give you a bit more help and a bit more security at the back. And then we've got getting behind on the two strikers, because I feel with two strikers, if you have them constantly running behind and you're playing the through balls, eventually one of them's going to work. Especially as I like to use it as a plan B. As I said, like 4-2-3-1, I play a lot to feet, if you know what I mean. Especially when it comes into the striker. But with 4-4-2, I like to try and get in behind the player, like play like a 1-2, like old school 4-1-2-2 type stuff. So I find getting behind on the strikers is a lot better for that sort of process. And obviously, I'm trying to make sure my opponent's constantly thinking with what I'm doing. So that is the main reason I've got getting behind on the strikers. And then as the ultra attacking, when we just need the goal, just praying really that we can somehow get into the game. We got the constant press, 8 width, 9 depth, yeah, balance 5, players in the box 8, basic corners and free kicks. Very simple. The reason we've done this is it's literally gung-ho, you know, we just got to hope that we do the comeback really. But most likely, if I've gone to this tactic, I've probably lost, if I'll be totally honest with you, because there's no way I pull the game back, because it'd probably be like 3 goals and you're just so much more open at the back. As long as, if they're not bottling their chances, you have a good opportunity. I think the team press thing on the D-pad is ridiculously overpowered this year, so sometimes I don't even need to go to this. I sometimes go like 4-4-2 or the 4-2-3-1 and just go team press on the D-pad, and it's just basically exactly the same, but I still keep my attacking structure. But yeah, this is my ultra attacking. Very simple, just trying to press them as much as possible. Balance on the centre mid so we can obviously get them forward. Same with the right mid and left mid, just keep them basic. Cams on stay forward and get behind once again on the strikers, just because I try to get them 1-2s and see if I can get in behind. It's just very basic really at the end of the day. I'm not trying to do anything too crazy with the team, but I'm not trying to... Well, I am trying to do something crazy, sorry. I am trying to be a bit crazy and hoping that they don't get in behind too easy, but sometimes that's how it is, especially when you go to these type of tactics. Of course, it's like if you're 3-4 goals down and you're just like, fuck it, let's see if we can do anything. But yeah, that is my custom tactics, my game plans. I will let you know, as I said in the intro, if I get top 200 with my Road to Glory team, this would be titled top 200 because it's exactly the same custom tactics. But yeah, that is it for the video, guys. Let me know what you think of these custom tactics if you do use them. Hope you guys like my reasoning behind everything as well. I'm not just doing it for the sake of doing it, but yeah, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and peace. Thank you.